Hello YouTube, it's Anna Bella here today, and today I'm going to be discussing Season 9, Episode 4, Before the Flood of Doctor Who. It was a great episode. It was really good. It mentioned several very long-standing science fiction issues. The ripple effect, which is first actually discussed, or one of the first times it's discussed, is in a short novel called A Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury, and several other issues and ethical issues about time and paradoxes and the ethics of death and life are explored in this book, which is the mammoth book of time travel and sci-fi, and it's edited by Mike Ashley. I recommend that for more mind-bending things and time travel based issues with time and death, very like Before the Flood. In fact, The Sound of Thunder deals with people going back to the Jurassic era with a time travel company, shooting a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Bronchiosaurus, and they have to keep to this path. If they don't keep to the path, then they'll mess everything up because they're shooting the animals just before they die a natural death. And this guy kills a moth, and the ripples of that ripple out. It's an accidental moth, and he strays off the path just for a second, and it changes the whole of the future, which is very similar to the issues that were being dealt with in tonight's episode. It was a fantastic episode. It reflected the old unit episodes that the Third Doctor, John Pertwee, dealt with. And things, but I really liked, my favourite scenes were when the Doctor was talking to the Fisher King, and when the Doctor and Prentice, I think that's his name, I get all the minor characters all confused, were actually seeing the Undertaker, seeing themselves touch the Undertaker with Pritchard, and I thought that was really well dealt with, and explained how the Doctor's shirt got ripped. And it also raised the question of, if you know that somebody's going to die and you time travel back, is it ethical to tell them that they're about to die? And why should you tell them, and why should you not tell them? And there are for and against that argument, and I found that absolutely fascinating. It was an excellent episode, well written, well presented, and I love the whole who wrote Beethoven's Fifth, solved it all. It was absolutely excellent and really well written by the writers. Today I'm wearing my pocket watch, so there's the time, instead of my sonic screwdriver or my TARDIS necklace. I don't know why I'm mentioning that. I will be doing a full review of the new illustrated Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone by Jim Kay. Obviously the story is still by J.K. Rowling, no change there, her name is at the top. I have recently put up a preview of that, but that's what I'll be doing. Check out this book for more timey-wimey madness, and the short story A Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury. Before the Flood is an absolutely amazing episode. I give it, in fact I give all 4 of the current episodes that we've had so far in Season 9, sort of 9 out of 10 really, which is really good. We've had an epic start to Season 9. Peter Capaldi has had some really good science fiction episodes, and they've been really well written with decent plot construction and really dealing with ethical issues from do I have, and it's built on the classic era of Doctor Who, so the whole do I have the right speech from Genesis of the Daleks was dealt with in the first 2 episodes, and also what exactly is his relationship to the Master and their friendship, and how that friendship actually does have a lot of meaning to both of the characters and how it's constructed, which I think is fascinating. And I love these the Under the Lake and Before the Flood episodes. I love the Before the Flood reference because that's kind of biblical with Noah. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that, I think that they've worked really well, and they've played around with, like, if you see something in writing and you read it, what you read stays within you, which is a really interesting concept. So if you read the newspaper, that writing will forever be imprinted upon you. You can't get it out. So you could apply that concept to what you watch and what you play. Everything that you sort of absorb or read or do gets imprinted, so you're shaped by your experiences. But so are you a tabula rasa? I love that concept of being a blank slate. Anyway, enough with the ethics and blah 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 blah, but it's fascinating as it is with the paradoxes and ripple effects. It's been a really good first 4 episodes. Sorry this review is a bit disjointed and I'm a bit kind of mumbly, but it is kind of late. So yeah, I want to shout out great congratulations to Monkey Banana and Dave Rogers for winning the first comment competition on the Autumnal Greys box. That's been cool. Look out for my full review. I will be uploading that later in the week. I'll also be doing my art therapy review as well. So just letting you know, but I rate Before the Flood a decent 9 out of 10. It's been an epic 2-parter. Loving the 2-parters, loving the cliffhangers, and loving the traditional science fiction. What I'm not loving is the whole sort of... I respect the sonic spectacles. Great idea. But I'm not loving the whole glasses and rock kind of element that they're going with to try and make him seem cool. He's the Doctor. He doesn't need to seem cool. He just is cool. And the whole rock guitar theme song was a good twist. Liked that. But I'm not too keen on this whole sort of like, are we just doing it to make him trendy? Not cool. Also, the Radio Times has a great article on how the Buffyverse and the Doctor Whoverse are actually taking place in the same time stream. They're actually the same, because and I love the return of those little rat aliens with the funny teeth, because the ones that like to be oppressed, that was just creepy. And also the Undertaker, he actually reminded me of the Gentleman from the Buffy episode, season, I'm counting, season 4, called, the enemy's called the Gentleman, and I think it's called the Scream. I want to say Scream, but I don't think it is. It's the episode where there's no sound at all, and they go round and they cut people's hearts out alive. But I forgot the episode name. But it's one of the best Buffy episodes ever. The Undertaker looks very like one of those, especially when he's got like black eyes. Well, all the ghosts look like that. Anyway, so it's been a great first 4 episodes. Rate it highly. Looking good. Not so keen on the coolness though. Sonic specs I can live with. A lot of people are saying there was this whole petition thing, and I was like, people need to deal with change. Change happens all the time. Admittedly, Doctor Who does have a history of kind of repeating the same enemies over and over and over and over again. So there is that kind of resistance to change within the show. It's like we have a Cyberman episode, we have a Dalek episode, we have a Zygon episode, and people know where we are. The enemies don't change, but just the Doctor. But even that isn't true. I mean, the TARDIS interior changes, but does the TARDIS change itself and its functionality? No, it's still the spaceship. We still have the same time-travelling Time Lord. He just has a different outer casing. I love the phrase, different casing, different hardwire, different hardwire, same software. Love that phrase. I also... I'm finding the new series great and brilliant. So this is the end of the review. I think I've babbled quite enough for this evening. Excuse the itchy nose. So check out stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all the same time next week. Bye everyone. Bye.